Hey there everybody. In this video I wanted to share an insight that I've made over the years, which is why every engineers and creators should start a YouTube channel. So for me personally, the reason why I started this YouTube channel was for me to be able to document the things which I've learned so far. So the idea was 5 years down the line, if ever I was feeling as though I was not making any progress, I had a place where I could come to and see the things which I had learned so far. So one of the very first point is the fact that it acts like a version control system. So if ever you want to go back in time and see what you had learned at that particular time, you have a place to do so. Now the second observation that I've made on myself through introspection is whenever I'm learning something new, I tend to dive deeper into the intricacies of the topic if I plan to share it online. So because if I have a very surface level understanding of the subject, I'm not able to get my point across. Now the video becomes way more valuable when it breaks down those topics to smaller chunks, and this can be only done if you have a very good grasp of the subject. So what ultimately happens is that I'm able to grasp nuances and the complexities within that subject matter. Now a very good example of someone who does this very proficiently is someone like Andrew Huberman, who's a neuroscientist, and whenever I listen to him, he's able to break down those complex subjects so that even a layman like me can understand. So the goal is always to reach some at that caliber, if not higher. Now that being said, it is actually very fun to share the insights you have learned so far with others, especially for engineers or creatives in general. So when you come up with a solution to a problem that you think is difficult, it is important to emphasize on this word difficult because it's always relative. For some people, the problem at hand might be very simple and nothing to talk about, and for others it might be very complex. But nevertheless, I believe that it is important to share it because even if it's valuable for one person or it gives them an idea to something, it's valuable enough to share. And when you put that information and see that information being of value to someone, it brings you genuine happiness. Now the fourth point which will inevitably happen is it acts as a portfolio. So traditionally, whenever you wanted a job, you would show the employer your resume and go through the standard interview process. But one of the advantages about sharing your skills online is viewers, who at times may be potential employers, can not only see you applying your knowledge and solving the problem at hand, but they get a very good grasp of your personality and your genuine curiosity on that subject matter. Now going back to the first point I made in this video, over time the body of work which you have created on YouTube can serve as a detailed record of the things which you have accomplished and the growth you have made in your field of choice. Now a very good example of someone who embodies this perfectly is a YouTube channel called Stuff Made Here. So if you haven't checked him out already, please do, because he's able to alchemize his ideas into physical contraption. He's able to give life to his ideas with engineering. And solely based on his videos, I do not think he'll have any difficulty in finding a job in that field because everything which he has done is documented. The next thing is making a video requires a macro skill. Now what I mean by that is you need several smaller skills to be able to do this, such as communication, idea generation, copywriting, making the video more engaging. So one of the things which I've done, especially for my project based videos, is that I take the end portion of the video, which is generally the build or demo of the final build, and put it to the front so that viewers can assess whether that video will be of value to them. It shouldn't be that you have reached at the 1 hour mark and you realize that the video was not for you and you've ended up wasting 1 hour. So I do not want to do this. I'm very mindful of saving people's time. I've put a lot more thought in packaging certain things, so I think it will be of value, especially if you are planned to go to the business side of things where packaging is of importance, especially when you're trying to come up with a service or a product. The next thing is my communication skills. So if you go back all the way to my first video, you could see me using a lot of filler words like ahs and ums, and those days editing was very horrible for me because I had to listen me using those words. But these days I'm very mindful of it. I tend to avoid it, and as a result of making videos, my vocabulary has also increased, so I tend to avoid using the same word over and over in sentences. So for example, I wouldn't use something like for example. I would change or rephrase it to something like for example, then for instance. So these things go in making a very good video. So putting out a good video requires a lot of different skills, and you end up gaining those skills. Now, of me making videos on YouTube for about a year, one of the main factors of me making videos is the network effect of YouTube, to build a network of people who have similar interests as me. Now this is something new and I'm still trying to understand, because I realize that in some point in the future, if I want to build something, I would require the help of exceptional like-minded people, and it helps me immensely to know where I can find those kind of people. So this is it for the video, and I hope this has inspired at least one of y'all to start a YouTube channel. And trust me, it is not difficult. I remember me starting or recording my very first videos. I did it in headphones with its microphone, and people used to complain that it was not audible. And over time I've upgraded to a much cheaper one in Amazon microphone, but it gets the job done. And this is it for the video. Hopefully this was of value. Thanks for watching.